In this video, Jedi Master Yoda along with Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi venture deep into the Cave of Evil on the planet of Dagobah. Yoda has received an ominous intuition from the Force, and now the Jedi duo set off to investigate. Their path will be determined at random with the aid of Axebane's deck of many dungeons, along with the Mythic Fate Chart. Join us as we play an experimental game combining solo RPG dungeon crawl and Star Wars miniatures by Wizards of the Coast. Hello gamers, Matthew here from Grey Army Gaming in lovely Fågelund, Sweden. What you see before you is the beginning of an experimental game that we are going to be playing today in Star Wars miniatures, where we combine the rules of Star Wars miniatures along with solo role-playing dungeon crawl. This is going to be a bit of a smaller game with only 2 figurines that we will be using right now to begin with. And the first one is Yoda Jedi Master, and the other one is Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Master for a total of 106 points. The idea for the game is quite simple. Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi have entered the Cave of Evil on Dagobah, where you see them now, and I have no idea how the cave is going to look. This will be determined as we draw random cards from Axebane's deck of many dungeons. And here is just a quick preview of the cards that we will be using and drawing at random. As you can see, there are many different ways in which the dungeon rooms can be set up. These cards are special tailored to fantasy, so we will have to change a few things to make it work in the sci-fi Star Wars universe, but more or less these will be the cards we'll be using to set up our floor plan as we walk through this Cave of Evil. And of course, we'll be able to get the shapes appropriately by using our various dungeon tiles from our Dungeons & Dragons dungeon tiles set. In addition to the deck of many dungeons, if we ever get stuck and need to ask a yes-no question, we're going to be using the Oracle, the Fate Chart from the Mythic Game Master emulator. To get everything set up, we will take out the king cards from the deck. Now, the king cards are special because they give you the particular ending of your dungeon crawl. They show you the quest or the goal and the final room. So what we're going to do is shuffle these 4 cards, pull one out, and that will show us the final room, the goal of this dungeon crawl. And here we go. This will be the final room. This will be where our dungeon crawl will end. An interesting card, the King of Hearts. It looks like something like a temple with some treasure behind where the altar would be. And you see where the blue question mark is. That is where we will place our final boss as we play out this battle. In addition, we will take the ace cards out of the deck, and what we can do now is go ahead and shuffle the rest of the cards in order to begin to randomly draw for the room that the Jedis will come into in their next phase. An important mechanic for this scenario is that which allows us to determine how many rooms we will be going through in the Cave of Evil. For the mechanic, we will be using a D10, which means that we will have no more than 10 rooms in this scenario. At the start of each round, we will roll the D10, and if we match the round number or higher, then we will continue on to the next room. However, if we roll under the round number, then we will immediately move to our final room. So for example, in the first round, obviously you will roll a 1+ on a D10 on our first round. Second round now, we would need to roll a 2+ in order to add another room. If we were to roll a 1, then we would immediately go to the final room. Let's say we are in round 6. Well, now we would need to roll a 6+ on our D10 in order to add another room. Otherwise, we go to the final room. So let's show you how that looks. And there we have a 9. So we did, in fact, exceed the number. We would add another room, so on and so forth until we roll under the round number. And then we move immediately to the final room. With that brief explanation of the special rules for this scenario, we are now ready to dive down into the Cave of Evil.
Strong sense from the Force I have received from this cave, Obi-Wan. Explore it we must.
I will follow you wherever you lead, Master. Okay, here we go, drawing our first card for our first dungeon in the Cave of Evil. So here's a close-up of the room. We'll be entering from this side, and it says here on the card there are D6 monsters. Let's roll that off. 2 monsters total. Now, the question we want to ask to the Fate Chart is this. When Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda enter the room, do they do it stealthily enough that they get initiative? And I'm going to say, actually, that's very likely. Very likely, we have a chaos rank of 5, so we need to roll an 85 or below. Do they have stealth when they enter the room? Yes, we have a 3. That is an extreme yes. So they're able to sneak into the room, and the monsters have no idea that they're there.
Quietly, we enter now.
As Obi-Wan and Yoda enter the room here on the corner, they immediately pause as they hear the clunky metallic noise of super battle droids gathered up here in the second room. Unnoticed up to this point, they cautiously and quietly make their way to the door. Right before reaching the door, they pause, and Obi-Wan Kenobi looks over at Yoda. Master, I shall open the door and allow you to charge in.
A good plan it is, Obi-Wan.
So let's go ahead and enter combat now, and the initiative goes to the Jedis because they have secretly made their way in here. Obi-Wan is going to go up against the doors, opening the doors up, and Yoda's going to charge in. Assuming that Yoda begins right next to Obi-Wan Kenobi, shoosh, the doors fly open, and Yoda charges in his 6 inches in order to come into contact with that super battle droid. Yoda is hitting on everything except for a natural 1. And it's a 4, 20 points of damage, enough to knock out that super battle droid. In response now, the super battle droid here is going to turn and to retreat a little bit to this corner and shoot off at Yoda. Needing a 19 to hit. No, it's a 6. At this point, we can roll now for initiative for round 2, and it is going to the super battle droid. Instead of engaging Yoda, he's going to use his charging fire and run up here and actually engage Obi-Wan Kenobi. Also needing a 19. No. Obi-Wan coming back, hitting on everything but a natural 1. Yes. 20 points of damage, enough to knock that battle droid out. With that quick flurry of lightsabers, they're able to take out all their opposition. Gathering together now in the middle of the room, the 2 of the Jedis look around, looking a bit confused as they do not see an immediate exit to this room. As the Jedis look around, Yoda immediately spots this ball of precious metals in the corner, and he walks over to it.
Curious that such precious metals are in such a dark, gloomy dungeon.
And with that, he rests his hand upon the metals. You can see as his eyes move into the back of his head as he begins to meditate. And suddenly now the precious metals begin to levitate off of the ground, revealing a secret doorway behind it. Obi-Wan Kenobi smiles down at him. Very good, Master. Look beyond riches to see the truth, as you have always taught me. And with that, the 2 of them carefully, quietly make their way through the secret entrance. And with that, we come to round 2. On a roll of 2+ now, we will continue on to the next dungeon room. And it's a 4, yes. And our next room now will be... Alright. And here's a closer look at the room. Once again, D6 monsters. Here we go. 2 monsters. Now, as we get further into the dungeon, the monsters get more difficult. So this will be exciting to see what they have there. The question, however, is does our leader, or do our Jedis have stealth still? And I would say it is very unlikely given the firefight from the last room. We'll set the chaos rank down to 4 because they handled that other room so perfectly. Very unlikely. We need to roll under a 15. So here we go. Are they able to stealth into this room? And we got a 46, so the answer is no. And here now is the next room. You see in the center of the room is a chameleon droid and also a super battle droid. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Yoda and crew with the red die. Here we go. 10 to 19. No, it will go to the droids. Sensing something is up, the droids are simply going to go and get some cover. We're going to have this guy get some cover behind that ball. This guy will move over to the wall and wait there. Back over here to Obi-Wan and to Yoda. Now the question is, there's a secret passageway here. Will they know that there's a secret passageway there? Will they be able to discover it? I would say 50-50. We need to roll under a 35. Here we go. And it will be a 3 again. So yes, they do know that there is a passageway. And not only that, we rolled an extreme yes. So we will say that the Jedis not only know there's a passage, but they know the quickest way to get through it, so it won't be hindering any of their movement. Let's just go ahead and move our Jedis and get them in position. Final position, sneaking through the secret passageway. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. And it's going to go to the Rebels, 11-2. First activation, let's have Yoda run into the room. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put him right here and have him attack that chameleon droid, excuse me. First off, when Yoda becomes adjacent, he has to take a save of 11 plus to avoid damage from mines. So here we go. 9, no. 20 points of damage as the mines explode around the chameleon droid. Attacking back now on a 2 plus. Yes. 20 points of damage on the chameleon droid, dropping him down to 40. Second activation, Obi-Wan is also going to charge in here. He's going to have to roll also for the mines to see if he can avoid that. 11 plus save. Yes, natural 20. No problem for Obi-Wan. Attacking now, lightsaber attack. Yes, with a 9. Droids activating back. Let's have this super battle droid turn around and charge into Yoda, taking an attack. 19 plus. No. Chameleon droid attacking into Yoda, 15 plus. No. End of that round. Let's roll for initiative again. Here we go. And it is 6-3. The droids will begin again. Chameleon attacking Yoda once again, 15 plus. No. And we'll have the other guy attacking Yoda, 19 plus. No. Obi-Wan coming back on the chameleon droid. Yes, that's enough to take him out. Yoda turns around, flying lightsaber onto that super battle droid. Yes. As the smoke clears, Obi-Wan Kenobi turns to Master Yoda. Master, you took some damage from the mines. Are you going to be okay?
Yes. Push on, must we?
And with that, our two Jedis carefully make their way into the next room of the Cave of Evil. Round 3. On a 3 plus, we will go on to the next room of the dungeon. Here we go. And it's an 8, yes. Okay, on to our next dungeon room. And what will it be? Wow, interesting. This looks really cool. All right, we got some monsters in here. We're going to have to roll again for D6 monsters. 4 monsters. So monsters in the corner here. Notice also that there is something of a broken stone bridge here. So this is going to be an interesting kind of challenge we'll have to incorporate into the narrative. Well, let's go ahead and set up this room. As they charge into the room, Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi are immediately met by the fire from 2 heavy stormtroopers and 2 other stormtroopers. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative. And it will be 8-3. The stormtroopers begin. First activation, this heavy stormtrooper is going to fire off on Yoda. Hitting on a 15. No, it's a 12. Miss. Second, let's have this guy activate. Do the same thing off on Yoda. Also a 15. No, 13. Coming back, let's activate Yoda and have him run to the edge and try to jump that gap. We can set it as an easy difficulty class of 5 plus. Here we go. Yes, 16, no problem. Continuing his movement. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We will leave him right there. Same thing with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Run him up to the edge. Difficulty class of 5 to clear the gap. 20, natural 20. So with flying colors, he comes flying across, not only clearing it, but with extra momentum. Final activation for the Empire will have each of these 2 stormtroopers turn and attack the Jedis next to them. First off, attacking Yoda, we need a 17 plus. Here we go. 16, no, miss. Also turning, needing a 17 plus on Obi-Wan Kenobi. And that is a 6, so no, that's a miss as well. Combat is blazing. Time for us to roll initiative for our round 2 here. 7-5, it will be the Jedis to start. Yoda activating and running over here to this heavy stormtrooper. We are going to attack here and needing a 2 plus to kill him. And it's a 14, yes. I forgot also attack of opportunity here when Yoda left, so 17 plus 20, natural 20, whoa! So actually a really good hit here, a critical hit, so doing double damage, 20 points of damage on Yoda. So when Yoda leaves, he's actually struck in the back. That's 20 more points of damage, dropping Yoda down to 100. Let's have Obi-Wan Kenobi do the same thing, run over here and take out the strongest guns first. Attack of opportunity on Obi-Wan Kenobi, 9, that will miss. Obi-Wan Kenobi... Yes, a 16, enough to take him out. Coming back for the Empire now, let's bring both these guys over here, and we will bunch them up and have them fire off on Yoda. First one on the top, 17 plus, and it is a, what is it? It's a 15. Second guy, also 17 plus, a 10. No, he misses. Initiative roll here, and it will go 10 to 3. So we're going to have these guys once more attack on Yoda here to begin. 17 plus, first one misses, second one, 17 plus misses. Activating Yoda, we're going to turn him around and charge him in to this guy right here. Attacking, and a 12, yes. Next, Obi-Wan Kenobi will run over and do the same. Come up here, charge into this guy. Also attacking, hitting on very good numbers. A 2, let me check. So yes, a 2 will be just enough. 17 versus 16 defense, killing that guy. Master, you continue to take damage in these skirmishes. Do you perhaps need some tips?
Follow along with me, my young Padawan.
And with that, Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi exit this room and enter the next room of the Cave of Evil. Round 4. On a 4 plus, we go to the next room. And now it's a 3. So we will now immediately go to the final room of this dungeon crawl. And here is a refresher of that final room that we chose at random at the very beginning. Remember, the question mark represents the goal, what we were heading towards with this dungeon crawl. Right now, we're doing okay for Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's got full health. Yoda, however, has taken 40 points of damage, so he is a bit hurt going into this final room. Let's set this up and roll off for initiative. Yoda and Obi-Wan slowly make their way through the final hallway, coming into a room that opens up into something of a sanctuary with pillars lining both sides of the dark, moss-infested room.
A great disturbance in the Force, I sense.
I will stick close to you, Master. Lead on. And just as Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi make their way to the middle of the room, they stop cold. Suddenly, there is an incredible flash of light as the wind picks up. Energy whips around them. There is a burst of smoke, and as the smoke clears, the two Jedis are now standing face to face with two of their greatest fears.
Yoda, your faith in your friends is your greatest weakness. Oh, I'm afraid that young Anakin Skywalker has been turned to the dark side.
Anakin, remain strong. Do not betray the light side. Do not be turned. Darth Sidious, release him. Slowly, Anakin turns and looks Obi-Wan Kenobi directly in the eyes. Master Kenobi, you are no longer my master, and I now have the high ground.
Little choice do you leave us. Defend the light must we now do.
So be it, Jedi.
Let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Jedi's with the red and Darth Sidious and Anakin in the blue. And we are tied. Let's roll it again. 2 5s. Next one, 10 to 18. Darth Sidious will begin. All right, let's begin here by activating Anakin. He's going to use Night Speed to get an extra 4 squares of movement. And with that, he's going to charge into Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anakin, having moved, gets 4 plus on his attack, so we're going to be hitting on a 5 plus. 6, yes! And that is a total of 30 points of damage, dropping Obi-Wan Kenobi down to 90. Palpatine's chance to activate. Let's move him into the battlefield. Sidious is going to spend 2 force points and do Sith Lightning, a range of 6 inches onto Yoda, 30 points of damage. And with that, Yoda drops dangerously low down to 70 points. Jedi activations. Let's start out with Yoda. Let's charge him into Darth Sidious. Yoda's now hitting on a 6+. And it's a 2. He misses. Running over to Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's going to activate and take 2 attacks on Anakin. 5+. No. Second one with a 9. Anakin is going to spend a force point for lightsaber defense. He takes no damage on an 11+. 15, no damage. Moreover, the hit did go through, so because of his Gem So style, he gets to attack back on an 11+. No, natural 1. So at the end of this round, here's how it stands. We've got 2 combats going on here, and unfortunately our Jedis have taken quite a bit of damage. Let's roll for initiative in our round 2. And it'll be 19-13. Darth Sidious and Anakin will begin. Triple attack of Palpatine onto Yoda on a 6+, 20 points of damage each. First one hits. Second one, yes, hits. Third one, 6, yes. So a total of 60 points of damage, dropping Yoda down to 10 hit points. Seeing what is happening over here, Anakin is actually going to turn around and charge into the back of Yoda. Obi-Wan gets an attack of opportunity, hitting on a 5+. No, natural 1. Momentum is giving Anakin a 4+ on his attack and 10+ damage, which won't matter if he connects. He's going to be hitting on a 5+. 16, it goes through. Anakin actually comes around behind Yoda and is able to shove a lightsaber right through his back. Yoda falls to the ground, dead.
Fight on without me, you must, Obi-Wan.
With no choice now, Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to activate and charge into the back of Anakin. Spending a force point to make 2 attacks, hitting on a 5+. 11, the first one connects. Second one, an 8, yes. Anakin will spend a force point to try to defend on an 11+. 13, yes. So he avoids 20 points of damage. Also coming back with his Gem So style on 11+. Does he attack? Yes, a 20. Hitting Obi-Wan Kenobi on a 9. Here we go, on a 9+. 20, natural 20, unbelievable, unbelievable. So a total of 40 points of damage from the young learner on his former master, dropping Obi-Wan Kenobi down to 50 hit points. So things are not looking good at the end of this round for the Jedis. Yoda is gone. We have 2 of the Sith left over, Anakin and Darth Sidious Palpatine. We need to roll off for initiative. Hopefully Anakin can get the initiative and get out of here and see if he can run away with his life. Here we go. 15-5. No, it's going to go to the Sith. First activation, Darth Sidious Palpatine is going to run over here and shoot off Force Lightning at Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sith Lightning, as it is actually called, but it goes through 30 points of damage, dropping Obi-Wan Kenobi down to 20. At this point, Anakin is going to activate and turn and face his master right in the eyes. Look who has become the master now, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And with that, Anakin is going to spend 2 force points and do force push, knocking Obi-Wan Kenobi back 2 squares and causing 20 points of damage, enough to drop him down to 0. Poof. And with Obi-Wan Kenobi taking his last few breaths, Anakin walks up to his side. The dying Obi-Wan Kenobi looks up into Anakin's eyes. Anakin, I believed that you were the one to bring balance to the Force. I believed in you. Anakin slowly looks down at him. Your beliefs were just fantasies. And with that, he shoves the lightsaber through Obi-Wan's heart, ending his life.
Very good, my young apprentice. There is much more that we have yet to do. The universe is ours. Come, now we conquer.
Well, there you have it, folks. A rather tragic conclusion to this Cave of Evil scenario that we have played using Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi as they went down into the cave facing their greatest fears, which turned out to be Darth Sidious, Palpatine, and Anakin Skywalker, who has turned to the dark side. Now, this was a lot of fun using Axebane's deck of many dungeons in order to create our random rooms, and it was fun to see just how well Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi could do making their way through these rooms before they came to the final boss in this final confrontation. Unfortunately, the rolls just didn't go their way, and there was a few tactical errors that they made, which ended up leading to the victory by the Sith Lord and Anakin. If you like this kind of content, please do give us a thumbs up and subscribe and leave a comment below, and we will continue to make this kind of Star Wars miniatures in the future. Most importantly, thank you for joining us here today at Grey Army Gaming for the future of gaming.